Hi everyone, welcome back. We have another reaction video for you, and this one's especially exciting for me because this is like, we're back in my era. Like the world is kind of back in my era as far as like trends go, fashion, beauty, and also pop culture, because we've got like NSYNC happening, we've got the Spice Girls happening. It kind of started off with Posh Spice and Victoria Beckham basically with her husband David doing their documentary on Netflix, and now we've got some Ginger Spice, some Geri Halliwell promoting her book because she's a novelist now and doing a minimal lazy skincare routine here on Harper's Bazaar. So I'm excited about this. If you don't remember, she was the redhead in the group. One of my favorites, actually. I mean, I loved them all. So I'm excited to see what she has to say. This is 8 minutes long, this routine. So I'm curious to hear what she's going to be talking about, considering it's supposed to be a minimal routine. So let's get it started.
Hello, Harper's Bazaar. I'm Geri Halliwell Horner. Are you ready to go to bed with me?
That was very professional. Are you ready to go to bed with me? She looks amazing. It's just so funny because for people like this, you almost have them frozen in time in your mind of like what they look like. So I picture her, you know, big red hair and these like outfits where she was like, you know, really busty and everything was tight and all of that. So it's like so funny to me to see her just be like a real person, like a normal person, because I guess in some ways she's like almost like a caricature frozen in my mind from when I was a teenager. And so to hear like she's married and everything, because she's a normal human being. It's so wild to see this.
If I'm really honest, at the end of the day, I quite like bimbling about, and it's kind of like a little bit of me time. But if any of you like have the gift of a partner, which I do, I have a husband, they sort of quite impatient. It's like, come on, get to bed. I want to turn the lights out. So the thing is, I'm quite tired anyway, so I don't want to take too long. And I'm probably the laziest person you'll ever meet in beauty care. I am. I'm just tired and I want to go to bed. So I want to do this as fast as possible and as simply as possible, but I'm vain. Okay, so we're going to use like as minimal products as possible, and I like to keep it natural.
Let's remove that last word that she said, natural, and just kind of go back to the fact that she says two things that I think are points that a lot of us can relate to. One, she thinks she's lazy. I think that we're all really exhausted at the end of the day and doing a skincare routine, especially if you've waited till the last minute. It sounds like her husband's already sitting in bed waiting for her to finish her bedtime routine. And so she's like really pushed it probably. I know that I'm completely exhausted if I have not made time. So she's saying that she's like completely lazy when it comes to her skincare routine, and she feels like she can keep it really minimal while also being vain. So I think what she's gonna end up saying to us is that this really short routine, whether it's like 3-4 steps, whatever it is that she's about to show us, is going to be a routine that's gonna be really impactful, and you're not gonna need anything else because she is vain, so she likes to take care of herself. And the fact of the matter is, we've been saying this for years, sometimes simple is actually better. You can actually simplify your skincare routine and get really great results. There's actually nothing wrong with that. And I actually think that sometimes that is better for most people. So whether you're vain or not, you can have a very impactful skincare routine that is very minimal. Going back to the being lazy, one way to get around that is sometimes I do my skincare routine like at 7 p.m. Like after I've had dinner, if I have a second to just like relax or something, I will go and do my skincare routine because I just want to take all of my makeup and sunscreen off anyway, just because it might feel heavy. Like today, for instance, I have a lot of makeup on. We'll probably have put even more makeup on by the end of the day because we're shooting videos today. So by the time I get home, the first thing I want to do is remove my makeup. So you can do your skincare routine way earlier than right before bed. And sometimes that's better because it's going to allow your skincare products to absorb into your skin a little bit better before you lay and put your face onto your pillow and then wipe it all away. If you feel like your skin is really dry, something I'll also do is I'll do my main skincare routine, the main part of it. And then right before I go to bed, I'll do something like apply my retinoid and then put maybe like a sleeping mask on top of that. So like a really heavy cream on top of it just to fully lock it all in. And that is okay. You know, like it's totally fine to do things like that. So you don't have to do your full skincare routine and everything right before you're going to bed. You can do this like a couple of hours, a few hours even before you go to bed.
All right, keep it simple. But first, I'm going to brush my teeth. Here we go. All right, back on.
This is a really interesting way that they shot this video. She's apparently in a bathroom. It seems like a weird little alcove in her bathroom. Brushing your teeth before you wash your face and do your whole skincare routine is generally a good idea. And I'll tell you why. You've probably heard dermatologists on social media say that, you know, brushing your teeth can sometimes transfer bacteria and all that. But there's another reason, and that is fluoride. If you're using a toothpaste that has fluoride in it, which I do, if you deal with skin issues like perioral dermatitis, your fluoride in your toothpaste can actually aggravate it and maybe even make it worse. And I didn't know this for the longest time until recently. I had a bout of perioral dermatitis, and I was talking to Derm Angelo on social media, Dr. Angelo Landricina, and he was like, you might want to stop using fluoride in your toothpaste, like a fluoride toothpaste, just while you have the dermatitis, because it makes it worse. I had no idea. So there are reasons to brush your teeth before you actually wash your face, for sure.
Everybody does that, right? Okay, that's a basic necessity. Brush your teeth.
I would argue that flossing and then brushing your teeth would be more like the basic necessities. So I do notice that a lot of these routines, when they do include their toothbrushing into the whole video, they never pull out the floss. Do you guys notice that? It's weird. You should floss. Flossing is important. It's actually disgusting if you don't. I'm just gonna put it out there. I said it.
This is brilliant, okay? This is take the day off, which is quite ironic because after the day you've had, it's quite like therapeutic, mentally. Take the day off, start again, all right? And it's really, really simple. It's like a balm, and you can put it on anything, and you can process your day. Oh, everyone really got on your nerves, and you can just like wipe it off. I found this product by mistake. I was at an airport. I love shopping at airports. I think, oh, this is my little gift to myself. And there's all you have to do, and it takes it all off, okay? Go like that. And then you can either do it with a flannel or wet flannel, and that's it. It's literally wipe your day off, wipe all the neggy vibes. You do eyes as well. Wipe the neggy vibes off. All right, like that.
You know, I love the Clinique Take the Day Off. It is a cleansing balm. It's very straightforward. It is such a good price. It is fragrance free. It works. It rinses well. It is solid. Definitely solid. I am always so surprised. This is only something I see now in the UK. I see so many women use a cleansing balm where they use what they call flannel, a washcloth. There's nothing wrong with that at all, but it's just old school, right? Like you're almost treating the cleansing balm like a cold cream. And I don't know if that's actually why we see that. And it tends to be women who are 40 and over as well. So I can see that trend coming from a cold cream trend where you put it on your face and then you have to use a washcloth to take it off. You don't have to do that. And I actually think that you get more benefit from first scooping out your cleansing balm, warming it into your hand to turn it into an oil. And that's what makes it much different from a cold cream, by the way. Cold cream is more emollient. It's more of a moisturizer feel, literally a cream, whereas a cleansing balm starts off almost like a waxy texture and it melts into an oil. And that is the true benefit of a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil, is to turn it into an oil into your hands by warming it up, then rubbing it onto your face. You're gonna use even less than the amount that she was using too. And while you're massaging it onto your skin, it's slowly breaking down all of your makeup and the grime from the day. And then you add water to it, you emulsify it, and you're not damaging your skin barrier at all. Not that you're necessarily damaging your skin barrier just because you use a washcloth or a flannel. You can see it's just human nature to get really rough with a washcloth. You can't help yourself but, you know, like start rubbing your skin. And I think like when you're on camera, you're a little bit more aware, so you're not as rough. From my opinion, like just my experience, myself personally, people I know, years of talking to people, when you use a washcloth like that, you can't help but get rough. You get really rough with it, but you don't have to. And that's the whole point of a cleansing balm like this. So I just want to point that out. It's fine to use a washcloth. You just don't have to, and you get full benefits. And really the reason to use a cleansing balm is because you don't have to use a washcloth.
I sometimes go to sleep with my makeup on, but I actually like my makeup the next day.
Oh, okay. Let's just stop with the, I like my makeup the next day. There's no fucking way your makeup looks good the next day. It doesn't. I don't know, whoever has, I hear people say this. There's no fucking way. It's probably dry and crusty. I mean, it's a look for sure. Fine if that's like the look you want, is that like I rolled out of bed, I'm a little bit disheveled. Fine, it's a vibe. But there's no way your makeup looks better the next day, and there's no way your skin is liking that either. Geri, you're vain, but you don't want to take care of your skin. This is the worst thing to say. Everybody has slept in their makeup, myself included, but it's not something to be proud of. Don't wake up in your makeup the next day and go like, you know what though? Kind of look good. No, 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 no.
You know that sort of like sunken in look? I kind of like it. It's very 90s. In the 90s, I didn't have skincare regime. I was just like, get on with it.
Exactly. Exactly. It is very 90s to wake up looking like you just rolled out of bed and like after a night of partying. That has all caught up with us now. So let's not take it back, guys. I realize like everything's cyclical and what's old is new again, but this is not one of those trends we want to bring back, okay? All right, Geri, come on, come on.
I think maybe I use Nivea, which is, you know, it's like a nice cold cream. My mum used it, I quite like it still. But I just think as you get older, it's just life happens and you're always, you know, giving to other people. So it is quite nice just to stop and say, okay, this is my moment. You matter.
I am assuming, just from knowing how things go behind the scenes of a video, that she had more to say about that. And so what we just heard her say, like, kind of doesn't make sense at all, because it went from this, like, I sleep in my makeup to, like, I think you should take a moment to yourself. You absolutely 100% deserve to care about your skin, 100%. So even if you do like the way you look the next day, take care of your skin. It's the one thing that I promise you're never gonna regret, just washing off your makeup, putting on a moisturizer, and going to bed at the very least. Like, just take the makeup off. Just take it off. And I know that there's like marketing and all that stuff. Like, it started with Bare Minerals saying that there is makeup that you can sleep in. Now, I wouldn't want you to even sleep in your day's worth of skincare that you put on. If whatever you put on that morning, if it is now nighttime, I want you to wash that off, redo, get all the grime off, and go to bed, okay? Take your makeup off. She's going in with another Clinique product. I didn't even know they have a cleansing brush. So now I'm gonna say that maybe this video is secretly sponsored by Clinique. So let's just throw that out there.
Okay, this is really good as well. I've had it for years. It's a Clinique brush. You can use this balm again, okay? And then this is really good. And it like stimulates like circulation in your, okay, you just do that. And that just can get everything off. But I just like to keep things quite natural. I don't, you know, for me, like, I don't want to look younger. I just want to look my best. That's it. I think I want to say to my brothers and sisters, you know, my fellows that are younger than me, that it's all right to get older. You know, this is the way it is. And you just, you know, make the best of what you've got. It's a gift.
Agreed. It's all right to get older. And I'm in this phase of my life where I go back and forth on like, oh, like I get a little bit worried when I start to see how my face is changing and how just my body is changing. I think you feel it even more so than you see it as far as aging goes. That said, we don't want to speed things up, right? So you always hear me say, be gentle with your skin. You don't need to rub it really hard. It is okay, again, to use a cleansing brush, right? You've even seen me promote cleansing brushes here on this channel and everything. Totally fine to use. Just be gentle with your skin. I personally wouldn't recommend going in with that cleansing balm again. I'd go in with a regular cleanser at this point. You know this. So again, we're going back to what are the benefits of using a cleansing balm, like take the day off. You can use that cleansing balm. It's oil-based. It's going to break everything down. You emulsify it. It rinses off. You might even still have some of that makeup and grime left from that cleanse. But when you go in with your second cleanse, even if you're using a brush like this, you want to go in with something water-based, because the way it works together, it is going to remove everything else from your skin. And then you have really clean skin. Now, something I do want to point out, when you have mature skin like mine, and when you get older, your skin starts to get drier and drier. So can you use another cleanser that is oil-based as your second cleanse? Your skin can probably take it. Is it going to be the best benefit for your skin? Maybe not, because then you might be leaving a little bit of an oil layer on your skin. So anything you put on after that, if it's actives especially, might not penetrate as well. It's going to penetrate, just not as well. And also, you could be clogging your pores first by now just applying oil and more oil and then not completely rinsing everything off, if that makes sense. So it's just something to keep in mind. I would have personally liked to have seen her go in with a water-based cleanser, more of like a gel cleanser, even like a cream cleanser, just something that is water-based, and meaning like the first ingredient or two. It is totally fine to age. I'm in it, I'm aging. I definitely want to age gracefully. I don't want to look extremely different. I don't want to look monstrous either with a ton of different procedures that make me look like a different person. But at the same time, we don't have to speed up and accelerate the aging process by being too rough with our skin. So just a note.
I'm gonna go and wash this off. This is your most basic beauty routine. The funny thing is, people say to me, oh, you know, you look good for your age, well done you. And I'm like, what do you do? Not that deep. Okay, so I've worked with L'Oreal before in the past, and this is really good. It's very simple. It's a little serum. Okay. This is probably when I've got a little bit of extra time, but you just do this. Put it on your neck, on your eyes. That's nice. And it's like, really moisturizes your skin. That's it.
All right, so maybe she's not sponsored by Clinique. Love seeing that she's using pretty affordable products, everyday products that a lot of us can just go to the drugstore or to, you know, a store and pick up ourselves or order online. This L'Oreal serum is actually a really great serum. It's hydrating for your skin. It has hyaluronic acid. But did you see how light in texture that product was? She has potentially a little bit of an oily layer on her skin now from using that cleansing balm twice. And we didn't really even see her break down that cleansing balm a lot to turn into a thin, oily texture, and the way she rinsed it off. We didn't get to see any of that. So there's a chance that she's not getting the full benefit of this serum because it is so light in texture. It has to now work harder to penetrate her skin, that top layer of her skin. She has like a potential layer of oil on her skin. Even if she rinsed it off, she potentially has a little bit of a thin layer on her skin. And now she's trying to put this really thin, hydrating serum on her skin too. And I can tell you as somebody with the brand, one of our biggest challenges is trying to figure out how we formulate these products to penetrate the top layers of your skin so that you get the full benefits of these ingredients that we're using and what we're telling you this product's gonna do. So she has added a step in this routine that makes that product have to work harder to achieve just very minimal results probably from that product. So it's just something to think about. Will she still feel like she's getting hydration? Absolutely. She's gonna get hydration, especially if she locks it in, but we'll see what she goes in with next. And I'm sure if you've watched my routines and you know me, you probably know that I hope there's a retinoid in this routine if it's basic.
I've discovered something that I absolutely love. You can wear it during the day, but I'll put it on any time, okay? It's called Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. But why I like it, it kind of feels traditional. It feels like a cold cream. I really, really like it. See, I've used it a lot. But I just like...
I'm realizing she's obsessed with cold creams. Like I thought she was using the cleansing balm like a cold cream. I mean, she is all about a cold cream. Like she just wants cream, cream, cream on her face, which there's nothing wrong with that. And when you're aging, again, your skin becomes drier. So the more moisture, the better your skin health will probably be.
I'm always putting it on. I like cream that feels like thick and it feels like, you know, you could use this up when you're a granny. I just like that. But the thing is, my skin feels really nice afterwards. I really like it. I discovered this project not so long ago, actually, maybe, I don't know, this year. I've seen it used before by other makeup artists, and I know Charlotte, and she's amazing. But here's the thing, what I think about any form of self-care. It's like, there's something about it, it's saying you're enough, that you count. There's sort of something really loving. Irrespective of what the cream is that you choose, there's something about taking it all off and going, do you know what? I'm gonna give you this, because you count, but I've got one more thing that I wanna do. Because I think, the truth is, beauty is an inside job, because you can put all these creams on, which is great.
All right, I think I know where she's gonna go with this. There's like some supplement or something that's about to happen, or a tea or something. You've heard me say this. I love the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Is it overpriced? Absolutely. It is bougie. It just smells really nice. It feels really nice. Is it pretty basic? Absolutely. Is it nice and thick? Yes. Does it work well under makeup if you've got dry skin? Absolutely. I like it. It's just expensive, unnecessarily expensive. So that's always just something to keep in mind. Will you get the most benefit from the products that she has used in her routine? Probably not. Will you get some benefit? Yeah, she's doing exactly what she called it. And that's what I was just insinuating. She's doing like an old school, mature woman routine. She is just layering on the moisturizer, the cream, and that is totally fine. But now we know so much more about skincare. And if you want to have a basic routine that actually gives you results, you can cleanse your skin, whether that's a double cleanse or maybe you don't even need a double cleanse, but cleansing your skin properly where it removes everything, but it's also gentle and doesn't strip. Going in with a retinoid cream. You don't have to do a serum if you don't want to. I see potentially more benefits by using something that is hydrating, that has other actives in it. But if you want to keep it really simple, a retinol cream, a retinoid cream if you're going with prescription strength, whatever, and then going in with a really thick cream like this, you would get so many benefits just from that basic of a routine. But is she getting benefits from what she did? Sure, she's using some really great products. There's nothing wrong with the products that she used. It's more like if you want to get the most bang for your buck, always include a retinoid if you can. And you can go with something really gentle or you can go with something that's prescription strength. It doesn't matter, whatever works for your skin. Let's go ahead and see what she's got to say about the inside out stuff when it comes to your beauty routine.
But if you don't feel good here,
yeah,
it's not quite as good. And sometimes we might need a little bit of outside validation. Doesn't it feel wonderful when, a girlfriend says, "You're amazing," or "You can do it"? But, sometimes that doesn't happen. So I'm gonna share with you one rule, just one rule that's gonna empower you. That's it. Here we go. It's a really basic one.
That did not go where I thought this was gonna go, because I 100% thought she was gonna, because I'm an elder millennial, she's Gen X. Maybe I'm just like also really jaded by these celebrity skincare routines. I 100% thought she was about to pull out some kind of a supplement. So this is not where I thought this was going. So I just want to throw that out there. I was about to be like, yes, I use all the supplements too. Inside out beauty is a thing, but it's not going that way. So let's just continue watching what she's gonna do.
Have courage. That's it. Have courage. It means just go for it. So when you wake up in the morning, it's there ready for you. It's like, yeah, you can do this. Just like if you put on a good cream and the next morning you feel like, oh, I feel fresh.
Cheesy as fuck, but it's totally fine. And maybe that does work. Sometimes you gotta like catch me on the right day, because I might be like, that's cute. Today I'm like, yeah, the world's falling apart, whatever. This is like, okay, cute, whatever. This whole video is really fucking weird to me, the way that they shot it. It's like very off. They absolutely have different producers now at Harper's Bazaar. This is not your usual, I don't know what this was. I assume now she's gonna tell us about her book, so let's go into it.
My nighttime routine, the wind down, my favorite thing to do is take a good book with me. I love reading.
And segue into the book.
And my favorite thing about bedtime is having a really good book to escape with. And I've got this new novel, Rosie Frost and the Falcon Queen. And it's about finding the courage you never knew you had. So, I'm gonna recommend you take her to bed with you too. There you are. Thanks for going to bed with me, Harper's Bazaar. That was my nighttime routine. It's very simple. It was lovely to share it with you. Anyway, I'm going to bed. I'm a bit tired. Good night.
It pops over to the have courage. Let's take all the cheesy stuff out of this. I am very impressed that Ginger Spice wrote a fucking novel. That's not something easy to do. So I just want to throw that out there. Like, I actually think this is like something that even sometimes this happens to me as like a content creator. I see influencers, I see celebrities, and the way that we sometimes promote things, I just wish that it would be more straightforward. I would have been like, yeah, like really into this and really inspired if she would have been like, I wrote a book. Hey guys, you haven't seen me in 2 decades because I became a writer. I went from being this pop chick to I'm super fucking smart and I wrote a book. You should read it. This is what it's about. I'm also going to tell you about my skincare routine. Wouldn't we all just really appreciate that? Anyway, that was Geri Halliwell's ginger spice, doing her skincare routine, very basic. Again, you can make it even more basic and effective by just throwing a retinoid in the mix. That's it. And maybe, you know, not being so rough with your skin and always taking your makeup off. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. You can find me on social media. I'm at Susan Yara, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I just want her to be smart and talk about her journey.